Hello, I'm Karen Tighe from ABC Sport. Over the years, I've covered many Paralympic Games and through that time have interviewed many people with a disability. Interviewing someone with a disability shouldn't provide any awkward moments, whether it's for a short grab or for a sit-down feature extended interview. By following a few simple guidelines, you can help smooth the process for both sides. This DVD will show you what works, what doesn't, and how to handle any issues which might come up. This DVD also has an accompanying media guide. You can find that by logging on to the Disability Services Commission's website.
Hi, I'm Priya Cooper, three-time Paralympic gold medalist, journalist and mum.
Hi, I'm Janet Shaw, author, motivational speaker and Paralympian. When it comes to language and what words to use, don't feel that you have to choose special words. Like, to me, you can say see or look or watch, because that's everyday language and I feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, because if I'm going down the street, I'm going for a walk. I am pushing, but I'm just going for a walk. So I don't have any trouble with people using that everyday language, and you know, it makes us feel more comfortable, and I think it makes the journalists feel more comfortable.
In terms of location, setting up an interview with someone who's blind or vision impaired, I need to know things like if there are steps, if you're walking along with me, is it up or down? Try and give me an idea of how many steps. Just describing the environment around as we're walking is really critical, and then I can feel very confident.
Some of the key things to remember when setting up an interview with a person with a disability is that I've got to get into the building. Like, wherever we're located, I've got to be able to get into that situation. And it's just little things like asking the person that has a disability what is best for you, because we often know the venues that we can get in and out of, and we can help. It's important to me when being interviewed that the journalist sits at the same level as me, at eye level, and because I'm in a chair, so if they grab a chair and they can sit and interview me, it just gets rid of that height difference so that I'm not looking up and they're not looking down on me, and it sort of makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
The best way to assist me is, first of all, to ask, how can you assist me? And then I can say to you things like, my guide dog will follow you, or I might say, if it's a difficult area, I'll take your arm. That means sighted guide, which is taking your elbow so that you're in front of me. The worst thing you can do is grab me by the elbow and put me out the front where I'm in danger. So it's just better just to ask what is easiest.
Personally, I find it absolutely fine if a journalist wants to ask me about how I got my disability, when I got my disability, and generally how my disability affects my life. If that's, you know, going to make the story a better story. I can't speak, I guess, for every single person with a disability, but when you're living with disability, you face a lot of challenges, you face a lot of things out in the community. So someone actually taking the time to ask you about you and, you know, how you deal with things in an appropriate way, I think is great, because then what you're doing is you're actually getting more people out there that understand a little bit about disability.
When I'm being interviewed, it's really important that the person speaking to me looks at me. I might be blind, but I can still tell if someone's looking at me. And when they look away, I can hear their voice in a different direction, and I know they're not looking at me, and then that feels really awful.
I have had situations where I've been in an interview situation, or just in a situation, you know, out in the general public, where I am with somebody, an able-bodied person, and I lose the eye contact because they do direct the question to the person that I'm with, the able-bodied person that I'm with, and you know that it is very disempowering.
I don't like being portrayed as courageous or heroic. I'm just me. I just do what everybody else does. And it's really sad when people say to me things like, oh, do you cook? Because it's just something that I do. I cook, I shop, I do everything everybody else does. I just don't drive a car because that'd be slightly dangerous.
I really do feel as a person living with a disability that there are quite often those overemphasis on heroic and, you know, making us feel like we're doing something that's so wonderful because we've got 2 children or something, and it's not. We find it just as hard as the next person or just as easy as the next person. It's just one of those things that we live with, and I think the language needs to match that and to match what the story is about.
Asking up front, that's the time saver, isn't it? Because you'll know what help that we might need. Ask about the location, get it all out of the way, and then you're rolling and get your story done.
It's one of those things that if you spend a whole lot of time thinking about what might be a problem when you are going to come and interview someone that has a disability, and none of that may be a problem. So you may just be able to get through that straight away, break down those barriers and have a really fantastic interview. And I guess when we come down to it, that's what, as a journalist, you're after.
There are many types of disability, including sensory, mobility, intellectual, developmental and others. Some key points to remember when interviewing are: maintain eye contact, address the person with a disability, think about the location, don't be afraid to offer help, use everyday language. For more information, you can access the media guide which accompanies this DVD. You can find it at the Disability Services Commission's website. Thanks for watching.